This is Eugene Panrutkovich. I'm the laptop screen doc, and the name of the website is www.screensurgeons.com. Today we have a HP 14-AM notebook computer, and I'm going to show you how to replace a cracked screen on the HP-14AM notebook computer. A couple things we need to talk about before we get started. The first thing is identifying the correct model number. There's many different versions of the HP 14 notebook computer. There's the HP Pavilion, HP Envy. This one is just called the HP notebook computer. The next thing is we gotta find the part number, and the part number is on the very right hand side of the label. We see HP 14-AM 052NR. So this procedure will work with any HP that starts with the AM after the dash. The numbers after that can be a little bit different. Now there's a very similar model called the HP 14-AN that uses a higher resolution screen. That uses a full HD screen, so that's the only difference. So the procedure is exactly the same, but the screen is higher resolution. Okay, next thing, this particular model has a removable battery. So what we want to do is, before we get started, we want to remove the battery, and we slide the two levers inwards, and we slide the battery out. Now that we've done this, we can open up the laptop and we can work on the laptop safely. Next is we're going to go over the tools that we're going to use for this. We have a PH1 electronics screwdriver. PH stands for Phillips and 1 is the size. We have a smaller PH0 electronics screwdriver. A pair of metal tweezers to manipulate cables and to remove any screws that may be stuck. A metal spudger to pry things open, and a hobby knife or X-Acto knife that's to remove screw covers or adhesive tape on the back. So the first thing we have to do is remove the screen bezel. That's the plastic frame that goes around the screen, and in this case it's secured by two screws, one on the bottom left and one on the bottom right. So the first thing that we want to do is use our hobby knife to remove the two screw covers, and being careful not to damage them. And what I like to do is put them beside the screw hole opening, like so. And the second one, same. The second one is a little bit easier to remove. Once we do that, we use our PH1 screwdriver to remove the two screws. I have to press a little bit harder on this one to get it started, but after that it's okay. So remove one screw, and then the second one. And for each step, for each set of screws, I like to keep them in a separate pile, and that helps me keep track which screws go where. Once we do that, we snap off the screen bezel. To do that, we put our fingertips or fingernails on the screen side and gently lift up and out, like so. And in this way, we work around the screen assembly. This one's fairly easy. There's some adhesive on the bottom, but we just keep going, like so, and then snap the screen bezel off. Once we do that, the screen is exposed in the screen assembly, and we want to remove the LCD screen from the back of the screen assembly. To do this, we have to remove two screws from the mounting tabs at the top and two screws from the mounting tab at the bottom. So we remove the innermost screws. So we start at the top, and when we do this, we want to lean the laptop back a little bit, so when all the screws are gone, the laptop doesn't fall forward on you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once we do that, we can grab the screen by the metal tabs and gently lay it down on the keyboard. So we we see we're hindered a little bit by the cable routing, so we use our tweezers to remove the cable from the mounts a little bit so that we have a little bit more room to work with. And one more time. Okay, next, once we do that, we can remove the connector from the back of the screen. It's secured by adhesive tape, so we use our hobby knife to lift up the adhesive tape until we can grab it with our fingertips, and then grab the connector by the back and gently slide it out, like so. I'm going to show you how to reconnect it, so to put the screen back together. So when you slide it in, you'll feel but not hear two clicks. That means it's properly engaged. Let's get a close-up. Okay, pause the video right here. There should not be a gap between the two sides of the connection. The two sides of the connection should be flush with each other. So once again, we pull it out and the screen is removed. Let's take a look at this screen. This is a 14-inch EDP screen with a glossy finish. 14-inch EDP screen with a glossy finish. And these screens come in both glossy and matte finish. If you prefer one or the other, you have to specify during ordering. And it has a 30-pin EDP connector in comparison to the older 40-pin LVDS connector. So the part number for this particular screen is NT140WHM-N31. When you do get this screen in, it should look exactly the same with the connection in the right place, but most likely you'll have a different part number. There's several makers make the exact same compatible screen, but they all have different part numbers. To order the screen, you can specify the part number and you can find it that way, or you can order it from us from Screen Surgeons. And what you get with us is this exact same toolkit that I used in the video. It comes for free with the screen. We offer free email technical support, no cost priority mail shipping in the United States, and we ship to most countries around the world. Also, we have a 2-year warranty on our screens. To order from us from Screen Surgeons, go to www.screensurgeons.com. There will be a short form for you to fill out, and which will guide you to buy the right screen online. Okay, once you do get this screen in, make sure it looks exactly the same as your old one. Reconnect the connector as I showed you. Mount the screen in the screen assembly. Put the 2 screws back in at the top and 2 screws back in at the bottom. Snap the screen bezel back on and put the 2 screws in at the bottom, and then the screw covers, and then the battery. Okay, that's it, and that should be it. If you have any questions, please email us, and good luck, and hope your laptop is working okay after that. Thank you very much, and have a good day.